You've had a lot of experience of stress, and you're very open and honest about that. What have you learned about coping with stress yourself?
What have I learned about coping with stress is that I need to recognise triggers a lot earlier. I'd become addicted to stress because I would work 60 to 80 hours a week in my personal day job, in associated businesses, having to deal with family, as well as doing martial arts in a big way, 6 to 8 and 7 days a week. And I got to a breaking point where I got burnt out. I ended up in hospital, and I needed to make sure that didn't happen again. So for me to have a more balanced life and to make sure that I plan ahead a bit more and be mindful that certain things will cause more stress and have an impact on my family. And if I'm not around because I've died of a heart attack, because of the stress that's created in my life, then my family is going to be devastated.
So did you feel like you were in a rush all the time? In a race?
I did feel like I was in a rush all the time, trying to achieve certain goals in my life and trying to make an impact on other people's life. But if I'm not healthy, I'm not well, I'm stressed out, I'm burnt out, then I'm not useful to anybody around me. And that was the last thing I wanted to happen. And the book, it was even more urgent for me to write, because if I'm feeling this way, how many other people are experiencing that level of burnout? And if I can help them in whatever way I can with sharing those stories, and maybe they can wake up and realise that they can need a better balance and coping mechanism in their life as well.
Did you find the book therapeutic to write?
I found the book a revelation to write and very therapeutic, because it put my feelings and thoughts and ideas on paper. Interviewing people and learning from their stories really made me very humble to realise that I have a stressful life, but a lot of other people have even more stressful life. And I really appreciate all the individuals who share their stories and for their honesty, because that will help someone out there in the world who's suffering.
I had a look at some of the chapters again the other day, and there's a word that came back all the time, not stress, but courage. What I picked up quite a lot from some of the examples was how resilient and courageous some people can be. And was courage one of the things that was in your background, about resilience and courage? Was that in your thoughts when you were collecting these stories?
When I was collecting these stories, some common themes came out. Courage, the word courage, resilience, and the challenges they went through. I was inspired by them, and I wanted to get more stories and get a greater understanding of what stress can do to individuals. But not only that, how people can overcome those challenges and show their bravery, and how they can bounce back and have a better life for themselves and their family.
Do you think there's a stigma to talking about stress? Do you think people in the UK today and other societies, Western societies, cultures, like you come from the Asian culture, do you think there's a stigma to talking about stress as a male?
It's a massive stigma to talking about stress, whether they're male or female, but more for males, because they were supposed to be macho and have a tight upper lip, having to deal with it, suck it up, those type of things. And the stories really showed me that we all suffer from stress, and the bravery to be honest about where they are in coping, having open dialogue with people that you trust and getting help. And throughout the stories they say, make sure you get help, and because before it's too late.